Hello everyone, my name is Dheerendra Gautam and I welcome you all to this wonderful webinar. From past few days we have been discussing about number of innovative ideas that we have received from few of our innovative teachers. Today also I will be discussing two innovative ideas with you all, and these innovative ideas are learning through comic strips and concept mapping. Before we proceed further, before I discuss about these two innovative ideas that I'm talking about, I would like to request you all to please answer the question if I'm asking you any first. Second, if there's any question that has been raised, I would love if you would respond over at the comment box or at the chat window. So, proceeding to our innovative idea that we have been discussing, the first innovative idea, as I say, is learning with comic strip. So, as the name suggests, that it is talking about comics. I'm sure you all remember comics. Let me take you back to towards our childhood days when we were kids. We all loved reading comics, right? We used to borrow it, we used to rent it, especially during the summer vacation. We used to read comics, and the comic of 20, 30 pages will just wrap it up, finish it up in a day or two. But do you think the kids saw the same intensity while reading their books? And when we were kids, we had the same love, same attraction, same intensity towards our book the way we had towards our comics. And I'm sure your answer will be no. We all love comics. And do you know what is the reason behind we loving comics? There's a reason to it. And I would be discussing those reasons in the later part of the video. Before that, let me also tell you that our mind stores data, and it is scientifically proven that our mind stores data in the form of pictures, not in the form of words. I repeat that our mind stores data mostly in the form of pictures, not words, and therefore the data that is stored in our mind is in the form of image. Do you believe me? If not, let's have an activity, and I would love to do this activity in Hindi instead of English. So, to all those who are watching this video, where you are watching it Zoom or at Facebook, I would request you all to close your eyes for 30 seconds and listen what I'm saying. I would be saying it in Hindi. So listen carefully what I'm saying. And the thing that I would be saying is that आप में से कोई भी अपनी मदर, अपनी मम्मी, अपनी मॉम के बारे में मत सोचिए. The moment I said कि आप में से कोई भी अपनी मदर के बारे में, तो आपके माइंड में क्या पिक्चर आई थी, आप बताएंगे मुझे? The picture would be of your mom, your mother. बट मैंने तो कहा तब मत सोचिएगा. तो शायद आप मुझसे बात कह सकते हैं कि सर यू प्लेड अ ट्रिक विथ अस. आपने कहा आप में से कोई भी अपनी मदर, अपनी मम्मी, अपने मॉम के बारे में, देन यू टुक अ पॉज एंड देन यू सेड मत सोचिए. तो जब तक आप कहते कि मत सोचिएगा तब तक हम अपनी माँ के बारे में सोच चुके थे. सो यू प्लेड अ ट्रिक विथ अस. So if you really think that I played a trick with you all, so in that case, since an allegation has been raised over me, so it's my duty, it's my responsibility, it becomes my right to prove myself true, isn't it? So let me ask you another question. And since you're saying that you said that you took a break before saying mat sochega, so this time I'm telling you, and I will be saying no before everything in each and every sentence that I would be saying to you to think. So I'm telling you again that please don't think that you could see. Before that, please close your eyes once again. I want you all to close your eyes and listen what I'm saying. Please close your eyes, and you don't have to think that there you could see a mango tree. I request you not to think that there is, and I'm requesting you, please don't think that there is a monkey of having red face sitting at the branch of the tree. I request you, please, please, please don't think at all that this monkey is teasing you all by showing his teeth. Now open your eyes. I'm sure since this time I've said before that don't think about a mango tree. So I'm sure you haven't seen the mango tree, right? You have seen it. So you could type it in the comment box, at the chat box, the answers. I'm sure if you're saying that you have seen the mango tree, I'm quite sure and I'm hopeful that you haven't seen the monkey sitting at the branch having red color, red face. Have you seen that monkey? Again. And I'm sure the monkey wasn't teasing you showing his teeth, right? Oh, so monkey, you have also seen the monkey teasing you showing his teeth. Which again proves what I'm saying, that R minus shows data in the form of pictures, not words. But again, you could raise a question on me that, sir, this is nothing but a reverse psychology. You are playing reverse psychology with us. You want us to think, but you are saying no to it. So this is nothing but a reverse psychology. So if you think that this is a reverse psychology, again, you have raised an allegation over me, and now it becomes my right to clear it, right? So, and to prove my point, so let me do one thing. This time I was saying you not to think, now I will say, I will request you to think if you can. So please close your eyes once again and listen to me carefully. This time you will have to think whatever I'm saying. So this time you will have to think about an animal. This animal is of huge, huge size. It lives in the under the water. The this animal has got two thorns and it has got 20 to 30 feet long tail. And the name of the animal is Tondu. Now open your eyes and could you tell me, did you or are you able to think of an animal? I'm sure you might have seen the whale, the seahorse, or rhinoceros, or anything for that matter. But I'm sure your mind would have not have been able to show you an animal called Tondu. Why? There's a reason to it. And the reason is that there is no image stored in your mind of an animal called Tondu. Which again proves that our mind stores data in the form of what? In the form of pictures, not words. Everyone is agreeing to it. There might be someone who says that, sir, I still want some proof. So do some other activity, prove us that whatever you're saying is true. So let's try to prove whatever I'm saying is true. And we all love watching movies, right? So this time I will be taking an activity where we would be discussing about a movie. And the name of that movie is Sholay. We have watched the Sholay movie, right? Uh, Let me see, let me check how good your memory is, if you can remember or not. So the question that I would be asking you is, could you tell me the name of the villain in that movie, the dacoit? And his famous dialogue was, "Kitne aadmi the?" And the name is, you could write it in the comment box, you could write it in the chat box. I would love to see your answers. The name would be Gabbar, right? Then there were two friends singing around, Ye Dosti Hum Nahi Todenge, and the name of those two friends were Jay and Veeru, right? Okay, there was a man at the cab who said that Sarkar, मैंने आपका नमक खाया है. What was the name of that the cat, that man? And you will say the name was what? Kalia. Okay. There was another man who was sitting at the top, somewhere the rocks at the top, and he only spoke a single dialogue, and the dialogue he said is Sarkar पूरे 50,000. What was the name of that person? And you will say, sir, somehow. Okay, could you tell me the name of the girl who used to say that I don't talk, यूं तो मुझे बकबक करने की आदत है नहीं, but she used to talk a lot? And the name was what? Basanti. Okay, I'm sure, and I'm sure, and I know that you won't be able to answer me this thing. That what was the name of that female horse? What was the name of that horse? And you will say the name was Dhanu, right? Great, and I must say that you have got a wonderful memory that you could remember each and everything. But could you tell me, and if you remember, do write at the comment box. I mean, I would love to say, yes, could you tell me what was the name of the father of Gabbar Singh? What was the name? I'm giving you some time as well to think. I'm giving you 10 seconds. If you could think of the name, please do think, write it in the comment box, and I would love to see it. The name of the father of Gabbar Singh, if before I could tell you, you will say that, sir, there was no scene of Gabbar Singh's father. We haven't seen in the movie. Exactly. You haven't seen in the movie because he was not shown in the movie, but his name was told within the movie when the Gabbar Singh was jailed, when he got punished, and he was moving at the veranda with chained with the cuffs, and there was an announcement going on at the back end that Gabbar Singh व हरि सिंह को दफा 302 ताजे राते हैं के तहत फांसी की सजा मुकर्रर की जाती है. So the name of the father of Gabbar Singh was Hari Singh, right? Why I asked you this question? Because you remember the name of each and everything, each and every person, whoever was showing in the movie, whoever was shown in the movie, but you don't remember the name of the father of Gabbar Singh because his name was shown, his name was said, not his image. And I must tell you, and I'm sure that even if for 10 seconds he was captured in the frame, you definitely would have remembered the name of the father of Gabbar Singh if you could remember the name of that horse, isn't it? Again, let me move ahead. Let me proceed and discuss a few more points about the same. We meet number of people, right? And sometimes it happens when we see someone, we say that I could recognize your face. I believe I have seen you somewhere, but I don't remember your name, right? That's what we say. But did it ever happen with you that you have met someone and you say that, hey man, I remember your name, but I have forgotten your face? Did it ever happen with you that you see someone and you say that, hey, I remember your name, but I forgot your face? It never happens with us. We remember the face, but we tend to forget the name somehow. So, which again proves that our mind stores data in the form of pictures, not in the form of words. Teacher said, that's in my class. When I'm teaching, a student will be least concerned, least bothered. There are a number of students who are least concerned towards the studies. Their mind would be here and there somewhere at the class. They would physically be present and mentally absent at the class. So I thought how to involve these students towards the studies. and how to make use of it. So these are the thoughts that are, since I got to know that our mind stores data in the form of pictures, not words. First, second, if you will see the books of the primary classes, especially of the kindergarten, you will see that in the class, in the KGs or in the nursery classes, when the books of the children you will see, you will find that if they are talking about apple, the apple size would be like this one. The A would be of this size, isn't it? And the size of apple would be this big. Because child remember by the picture. Second, when the level of class increases, the apple size would be this, and the alphabets would be of this size. After some time again, when the level increases, the apple size would be this one, and this theoretical part would be more. After some time again, when the level of the classes increases, during college time or during 11th, 12th, the images, the pictures would be minimal, and the entire thing will be full of theories. And that is the reason, since it is full of theories, the student have to mug up the things. They have to mug up the topics. They have to mug up the answers. So teachers said that, sir, using the same thought process that is getting used for the kids when they are at the KGs, I thought, why can't I use it for my 5th, 7th or 8th class or 10th class student? And she said, sir, I started using the same thing. And you remember in the beginning, I said that we used to love reading comics, right? Why we used to love reading comics? Because in comic, everything was displayed through pictures. Everything was displayed through pictures. When the gate is open, you will remember that the gate is getting opened with a creaking sound, right? Something like that. And when someone is slapping someone, you would even know just by reading the comic. There is no movie, there is nothing. Just by reading the comic, just by looking at the that image, you will get to know that what was the intensity of that slap. Was it slow or was it hard? Chamat, right? We all remember all these things, and we used to love reading comics. We develop the image, the picture within their mind while reading the comics, and we love doing that. Teacher uses the same technique, same tool of comics and love of the student for comics to read the syllabus or to help them understand and learn the syllabus. What she did, if I could remind you of the comic, in comic, there are different shapes and pattern in the comics, right, that we use. There are different shapes and pattern. Let me show you some of the pattern. There were different kind of balloons. This is the simple balloon that we use, right, for normal conversation. There was another balloon, if I could show you, this one, thought, right? What time this webinar will end. So this is thought. If I'm thinking something, there will be clouds with some dot, dot, dot. Then shout. This, if you remember, during your school days when you were a kid, we used to read comics. This was the balloon that had been used, or that is getting used for when we shout. No, this is the balloon that we use, right? Similarly, this one is for whispering. Hey, are you listening to me what I'm saying? So this is used for whispering. Just a balloon shows that whether you are saying something, you are angry, you are shouting, you are murmuring, you are thinking. Similarly, multiple speech, when number of people are saying the same thing, that goes under 2 arrows, 3 arrows, 4 arrows with a single balloon, right? When multiple people, when number of people says the same thing. And then it is when telephonic conversation is going on, so there would be a zigzag and then the conversation. And social media, WhatsApp text, right? When someone is texting someone, how it is shown. There's the rectangular box. It is shown when someone is texting someone, right? So when it has to show that he is texting this message to someone. So this is how it is shown. So these are all the balloons that we use in the comic. And this is the use of social media. I'm sure we all use WhatsApp. And WhatsApp, we use smileys, right? If you're angry with someone, you will say that red-faced smiley. If you are happy, you will say that smiling face emoji that we call, right? If you are upset, you will, or if you don't want to say anything, you will say that chained or zipped emoji, right? If you want to hug someone, you will use this one. So, what is emoji? Can you tell me why emoji? What is not emoji? In fact, it's emoticons. So, why we use the word emoticons? So, emoticons is made up of two words: emotion plus icons. When I display my emotion, when I display my emotion with the help of icon, then it becomes emoticons. And we all love using emojis these days. You all love emoticons these days. So this is how you can show your emotions by using the icons, and you can send it to others. The same thing teacher did. She says that, sir, what I'll do, I'll make the stories out of the chapter. I'll develop the comic strip, and then I'll make the student go through it. So the same chapter which used to be boring once upon a time is now have become fun for the same students. They'll enjoy reading the comics. They'll enjoy reading the chapters which is in the form of comic strips. But there could be teachers like me, right, who will say that, sir, we do not drawing. Like, I'm the person who cannot even draw a single line, and I'm like very vocal about it that I cannot easily draw a single line. Even with the with the help of a scale, I won't be able to draw a straight line. So there might be teachers like me who are not are not good at drawing. So O or T are the alphabet. These two alphabets could be used with the help of O or T. Simply with the help of O or T, you could draw a simple drawing, right? So this is how it is done. So this is how it is done, and with the help of this, teacher could help a student draw this. This will not only help the student or make the student learn the chapter first, it will also help in and developing the cognitive skills of the student. It will also develop the critical thinking of the student. It will also develop the creative thinking of the student. So along with that, they will develop the team, the unity or working in team, and number of qualities could be developed. And the same task where teacher felt it monotonous for the entire class, now the student really love doing it. Right? They love reading the comics, and since they have seen everything in the form of image, they won't forget it. So during the exams, they don't have even to remember to mug up the topics or the chapters. Now, I hope you all like this innovative idea, and I'm quite hopeful that you would be implementing these innovative ideas within your school. Now, the second innovative idea, let's move to it and let's have a discussion about the second innovative idea that we would be discussing today. And the name of that innovative idea is concept mapping. So concept and mapping, it's made up of two words, concept and mapping. So to teach the concept with the help of map, chart, diagrams, flow charts, diagram, etc. by using, remember this word, by using the pre-acquired knowledge of the student. I repeat, teaching the concept to the student by using the pre-acquired knowledge with the help of chart, diagrams, flow charts, etc., or pictures, etc., is nothing but concept mapping. So let me take you back to your childhood. When we were kids, when we used to go to school, there were a number of students who used to carry chit with them. You remember chit? Chit is nothing but the small piece of paper where they used to write answer. They'll hide it somewhere here and there. And during the exam, they'll open this small chit, and with this help of this small chit, they will answer the question for they'll answer and they will write it down within 4 to 5 pages. The same answer of 4 to 5 pages they'll convert it into this, and again when they will be writing, the same student with the help of this smaller size chart, he again will write an answer of 4 to 5 pages. But suppose you are the fellow student sitting just behind him and you got that check. Do you really think with the help of that check you will be able to write the answer for 4 to 5 pages? And your answer would be no. You cannot copy from someone else's check. So teacher said that sir, each and every student has got his or own concept mapping. He or she has got his own pre-acquired knowledge. I thought of using his or her pre-acquired knowledge and then explaining the topics or the things or the chapter to him so that it would be easier for him to understand. First, during exam, if you remember, and we used to mug up the answers. Let's take an example. Suppose teacher is talking and teacher enters the class, and today he would be starting a new chapter called light. Light is a chapter during my time it was in 6th or 7th class. So let's discuss about the chapter called light. So the normal method is that teacher will come in the class, he'll enter the class, and he will simply say that kids, today we will be reading or today we would be discussing about a chapter called light. This is light. Light is of two types, natural and artificial. Sun, moon, fire, firefly, etc. are the example of natural lights, and tube light, bulb, candle, torch, etc. are all artificial. And we used to go at our home and then we used to mug up everything. Okay, light is of two type, light is of two type, light is of two type, artificial, 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 natural, natural, natural. And this is what we used to do that. And can you tell me, when we were kid during school time, and tell me if it had happened with you all, that we are sitting at the exam, there is answer in our mind, but we think, oh, if someone can only tell me a single word, I will remember the entire answer. Did it happen with you? That if someone could tell me a single word, I could write the entire answer. We will see that teacher is here and there. We'll just tap the head, the shoulder of our friend sitting at the front. We'll ask him, "Hey, what is the answer? Just tell me a word. I just want to know the word of this answer." He will turn back and he will say, "The." Right. So this is what happened with we all, that we used to forget. Why? Because we used to remember the topics, we used to remember the answer. There would be a simple way by concept mapping teacher could tell the students. For example, teacher enters the class and he says that kids, today we would be discussing about the chapter called light. So can you tell me the examples of the light, all the products, all the things from where you could, where you receive the, where you get the light, and the answer automatically will, the student automatically will answer that, sir, we get light from sun, moon. Similarly, someone might say tube light, someone says bulb, someone might say sir lantern, someone says sir firefly. A student more focused towards playing game, he might say some mobile, etc. Right? So teacher will jot down the name of the things from where you get the light. He says that kids, light is of two types: natural and artificial. Anything that you don't get at the shop, that cannot be made by human, you cannot buy it from market, is natural. So kids, can you tell me, do you get sun at the shop? Can you buy sun? Is it prepared by, it is made by human? So the kids automatically will say no. So you will say then the sun becomes natural. Similarly with the moon, they will say the same thing. Okay, now talking about tube light, can you tell me that can we get tube light from the nearest shop? Can we get the tube light from the shop? Yes. Could you purchase it? Yes. Is it made by human? Yes. So tube light would be natural or artificial? So the student automatically what they will say? Natural? No, they will say artificial. So teacher is saying that no, it is not artificial, it is natural. The kids automatically will say that no, sir, the tube light would be artificial. Similarly, the same goes with the bulb and so on. So what happened is the entire chapter of light I explained with the help of a chart, a flow chart, a diagram, or might be a map. All the students, first thing first, they won't forget it. Second, even if they are forgetting it, they whenever they will open the copy, they won't have to go through the entire theory. All they will have to do is just go through this chart and they will come up with the answer. They'll remember the answer. They can easily write it during the exams. So these are the two innovative ideas that I have to discuss with you all, and I'm quite hopeful that you have learned and we have shared the ideas with you people. And I request you all that whenever you go to your school, please implement these ideas with the kids. Or even if you are teaching them online, try implementing all these ideas. Trust me and believe me, you will definitely see that the students are getting benefited out of it. So these are the ideas that I have to discuss with you all. If you have any queries, any question, please feel free to ask me over the Zoom or over the Facebook, wherever you are. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask me. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for listening me, and thank you for your gracious presence over here in this webinar. Thank you once again. This is Dhirendra Gautam signing off. Namaskar.